Hi, we're here at Education 2.0 Conference, Las Vegas, Nevada 2024. Now, who do we have the honor of speaking with today?
Hello, I'm Dr. Pierce Lyon. I'm the founder and president of School Alive, and I also teach graduate courses at Purdue University.
Awesome. We're happy to have you here. Now, you are an Education 2.0 Conference USA honoree. How did it feel to receive recognition for your accomplishments?
Well, I was honored and humbled, and obviously I give the credit to others. I give the credit first and foremost to God, and then to all of the army of supporters that we have and all of the people that have made this movement possible. And so I just view this award as just giving them the credit that they deserve, and I'm just might be a face of something, but I think that more importantly, a lot of the people that are behind the scenes are the ones doing a lot of the work that sometimes goes unnoticed.
That's a good point. Wow. What advice would you give to someone who is wanting to follow in your footsteps?
That's a great question. Someone wanting to follow in my footsteps, I would zoom out a little bit and say, perhaps my path might not be for you. And I think that one of the general principles that you might want to follow is just step out of yourself a little bit and just make God the center of your life, something outside of yourself, something greater than yourself. And so ask God for guidance to guide your path, your steps, because everybody has a different calling for their life. Everybody has a unique plan and purpose for them while they're here in this short life that we have. And so I would start with that. But then if you want to go into education, something like what I've done, I would say one of the most important things is to make sure that education is authentic and make sure that the learning experiences that you're trying to create are ones that have the students at the center. The students are driving their own education, and you're giving them the opportunity to shine in the way in which they can shine, right?
Oh, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Now, how has your learning and networking experience been so far at the Education 2.0 Conference USA?
I think the networking so far has been great, and I continue to meet new people all the time from all over the place, different countries, Australia and everything. So I think that the networking gives us the opportunity to learn more from other people doing different things in various areas. And so we can take some of those transferable skills back home and implement them. And it also gives us the opportunity to see some of the great work that's happening in education. Sometimes we get down into the details and just the day-to-day of life, and it can feel dark and just kind of like challenging. And then we come to an event like this and we can really start to see the innovation happening on the larger stage.
Wow, that is a different perspective, right? Now, where can others reach you for collaboration or advice?
Well, they can reach me on a lot of the social media platforms. Specifically, our website is easy to remember, schoolalive.com. And so we're trying to bring school alive. And so schoolalive.com, you'll see a lot of information there. On our contact page, you'll see our address and some of our links to our social media. And so if you reach out through there, I'm sure you'll be able to find me.
Perfect. Now, last question. What problems do you see the most in the field of education, and what solutions do you have in mind for that?
Yeah, so right now, I feel one of the greatest challenges with education is inauthentic education. So education should be what it purports to be. And so if you kind of zoom out a little bit and we look at the broader goal of education, we have a generation that we're trying to raise up and integrate them well into the complex society that we've developed for them. And they didn't necessarily have a choice, to be born into this environment that a lot of which has already been decided for them. But they have a calling for their life. They were born for such a time as this, and we need to be able to tailor the education to them. And we need to be able to just ignite their individual passions. And so what we did is, we went beyond STEM, the science, technology, engineering, and math. And so often you'll hear STEAM, which is incorporating art. And so sometimes you'll hear STREAM too, which incorporates religion, especially as a Christian school. And then what we did is we looked and we said, okay, especially after the COVID pandemic, we said, what might be missing from a comprehensive education? And I immediately thought healthcare, right? And so, personal healthcare, we got clinical healthcare, health sciences. And so I added H to the acronym and I kind of broke it a little bit. And so the only word that came out of a word generator was hamster. So we want education to be more authentic, and we want to be able to raise these kids up in these fundamental disciplines. So we have these hamster disciplines. So the whole model becomes authentic hamster education. So that's how we're addressing the inauthentic education, is providing an authentic hamster education, right? But at the center of that wheel is the passion of each individual student. And so really one of the main reasons why you're introducing them to all these foundational things is just so that they can identify what their passion is. And then you're giving them time to exercise that individualized passion on just as part of their normal school day. And I think so often, we look at the amount of hours of instructional time that is spent from pre-K to 12th grade, let's say, and how much of that time is actually tailored to the student, and how much of it is more of a teacher-centered kind of prescribed curriculum that you're somewhat kind of just throwing at them to try to absorb, right? So like we can all think back to our own education, and we can point out areas of inauthentic education. We cram for the test, and then at the end we just kind of forget it all, and then we don't really remember a lot of our education afterwards maybe. But then we all probably have experiences that were more authentic. We maybe had an individualized project or something like that, and so our goal is to make it as authentic as we can, to counteract that inauthentic education that we see today.
That is awesome. Definitely great perspective. Well, we're so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for your time. We look forward to seeing you next year.
All righty. Well, thank you for having me, and it's exciting to be part of the education revolution.